Just checking.
What?
If this is all for real. If what I thought I dreamed happened last night really happened.
What'd you dream?
That you said you'd marry me, and then you fell asleep in my arms all night.
We are together forever, pal.
Don't be silly. You two never need an appointment to see me.
Even if we're here to say more than hello?
This is business?
Well, Virginia, we know that this is the best child placement center in the entire city.
Well, we like to think so. I'm very happy working here.
And Andrew and I have made a decision. We hope you can help.
You want to adopt a baby?
Yes, we do. We do.
Will you help us?
I don't know if I can.
I am so happy to see you back home.
I missed you.
I missed you. How was California?
Still there.
No afterquakes?
No, just Tina.
How is she?
She's okay under the circumstances.
Is it true that she tried to break Kane out of prison?
Oh, sure. She said she thought it was a wife's duty.
Oh, Lord. Will she be in custody much longer?
No, thank goodness. Actually, I'm very glad that I went to see her because she needed a pep talk. She is unfortunately learning some rather unpleasant but predictable things about Mr. Kane Rogan.
So? Did you tell her what's been going on here?
Indirectly.
Did you tell her about David Vickers?
Did I tell her that a total stranger walked into our house and said he was our brother? No.
Did you show her the things he gave you?
Yes.
What did she say?
Well, she said they're real. I mean, she recognized the pictures and remembered doing the drawing, so they're real.
So you think David Vickers is on the level when he says that he is Irene and Victor's son? Vicky.
Thank you for agreeing to see me again, Mrs. Lord.
Please. Aren't we on a first-name basis by now? After all, your periodical is the only one interested in the truth. Did you see Vicky?
Yes.
And what did she say?
She's still not sure whether to believe me or not. I think it's time to turn up the volume.
What does that mean?
We have to get Vicky to believe in me, no matter what the risk.
Risk to whom?
To you.
I don't know what to believe about it. I really don't.
Well, we can concede that David Vickers must have at least known Irene.
Oh, absolutely, I think so. I mean, I believe that from the beginning, because there's no way that he could have known that I called Irene Rena unless she had told him. This is no way. And, of course, he has the ring, father's ring.
Along with the photos, the drawings that Tina did when she was a child, the letters. Is there a doubt in your mind?
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Good. Because I don't trust him.
I know you don't. The thing is, it's very confusing. I mean, on the one hand, this is all terribly, what's the word?
Convenient.
Convenient, thank you. On the other hand, I look at him and I see gestures that he makes and something in his voice. And I swear I am looking at my father. I swear it.
Well, he came in saying he was Victor's son. And maybe it's possible that you're just projecting your father's characteristics on him.
Yes, it's possible. Look, let's go the other way for a minute, all right? Let's assume he's telling us the truth. I am the one responsible for putting Dorian behind bars. Shouldn't I also be responsible for determining whether or not he's telling us the truth?
And how do you determine that? All we have is his word. And why has he waited all these years?
Well, you heard what he said. He wanted to protect his mother.
Do you believe that?
I don't know. I really don't know. One thing bothers me, though. Why, even even if he is telling us the truth, 100% the truth, why would he be so interested in saving Dorian unless saving Dorian was going to get him something?
If we push Vicky too far, we could walk away with nothing. But if we leave it as is, this could be open-ended for months.
She's still being negative.
Yes and no. She knows everything I've said so far has been right on the money.
But she doesn't want to admit that she was wrong. That it's because of her that I'm here on death row.
And because of General Carpenter whispering in her ear.
Well, I would hardly call a best-selling book a whisper. However, he's going to be exposed as the liar of the decade when all of this comes out.
If it comes out, and that's the problem. How long do we wait for Vicky?
She's sitting on the fence, hoping that you'll disappear.
We've got to push harder, Dorian. But it's a risk.
Do it.
All right, so you want me to tell you what I think about women?
Yeah.
Why?
You're gonna have to trust me, Todd.
What if I don't trust you?
Then you don't, and I leave.
What do you want to know?
Why don't you tell me about the women you knew growing up? Besides your mother, that is.
Like who?
Teachers?
Teachers. Yeah, they were all over me.
How?
I was lazy. They hated that. I mean, the guy teachers, you know, they didn't care. Did whatever I wanted.
And you got away with that?
Yeah, sometimes. Or sometimes I didn't. Either way, I didn't care much.
What other women did you know?
And we had a whole revolving door of nannies and housekeepers. No one special. Except the one that my dad was sleeping with for 3 months before he canned her.
Who was she?
Cindy. I think that's what her name was. God, I don't even know why I remember that. Anyway, you know, there was always a low-rent girlfriend around with my dad. The only thing that was different about this one is that she worked for us.
So you met your father's mistresses?
Yeah, what? I mean, it's not like he had to hide them. He had a new one every couple months.
Well, how'd you feel about that?
I don't know. Didn't matter to me.
Not at all?
No. What? They were nothing. It's like they weren't even people. They were just something of my dad's.
Well, didn't you get to know any of them?
Oh, yeah, sure. I mean, you know, some of them would pretend to like me to try and impress my dad.
Did it?
Are you kidding? If they knew him any better, they would have known that they'd stick around a lot longer if they said that they hated me. The smarter ones figured that out.
What do you mean, the smarter ones?
I remember this one time. There's this one girl, and well, she started talking to me, right? You know, about school and sports and stuff, and I bought it. I thought it was real. And then later I heard her laughing at my father's impersonation of me crying. Crying the night before because I'd had a nightmare about my mom. She, you know, she just thought this was a big laugh riot. She got a big kick out of me being jerk enough to cry. I should have figured it out right then.
What figured what out?
Women. They're fake.
All of them?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, they want what they want, and you want what you want, and you can't win. I mean, you can't ever satisfy them.
So why try, right?
Yeah, it beats me. they're all pretty much users. Users and liars.
But your mother wasn't like that.
No, not at all.
And she was the only woman you've ever known that wasn't after something?
No. There was one other, just one. And she cared about me. She showed me. She still cares. The thing I can't figure out is why.
You know how much it means to me to see this on your finger?
About as much as it means for me to have it there.
I just realized
What?
lots of other people are going to see this too.
Oh, yeah. I mean, well, all of our friends and your family.
Well, maybe we should make a big announcement.
Oh, we could go person by person, too. I mean, Renee,
Kevin,
Bo and Nora.
my parents,
Oh.
they are going to freak out. You know, they're going to start in about how I'm just a little boy and where'd all the time go? We're too young to do this. They'll be okay, really.
I really want to meet them. I mean, I'm worried, but I want to know everything that I possibly can about you.
Well, we have the rest of our lives, just us. What's wrong?
Nothing.
No, come on, really. What's going on? You're worried about how Todd's going to take all this, aren't you?
I'm not worried. I don't want him to find out about it by reading some newspaper or something.
Well, we should tell him.
You think so?
Yeah. And we should tell him today.
Know that, which is why Andrew and I want to be on the list to adopt a special needs child.
Right. And we understand the kind of commitment that that's going to involve, but we really feel that we have enough love to handle that, Virginia.
We just want to be parents.
I appreciate that. I can feel how sincere your desire to have a child in your home really is, but...
But what is it?
This means everything to us.
I know. I don't know how else to say this except to say it. This adoption agency would never give you any child right now. There's just no way.
Oh, sorry it took me so long. I'm starving.
Yeah.
Oh, what are you gonna eat for breakfast? We gonna get some big flapjacks, we gonna get some fried eggs, a little bacon.
Actually, I'm really not that hungry.
Oh, yeah, right. Well, you tell that to me when we're a mile out in the woods on the big one-day off nature hike. Carbohydrates.
Yeah. Actually, do you think we could just do like a matinee? River's gonna be with my aunt and uncle until dinner. I mean, I haven't seen a movie in so long.
Sure. You still feel sick, don't you?
I'm fine. Look, I'm just getting over the flu, Jason. I just need like a day or two to pick up where I left off. I mean, I could definitely handle a movie.
Lean over here, Beth. Come here. Oh, my God, you're burning up.
I thought I was just tired.
This isn't right. This isn't right, Beth.
Jason, I just have the flu.
No, not like this, you don't. Come on.
Where are we going?
I'm taking you to the hospital. Now.
Hello.
Hi, Vicky. It's David Vickers.
David, I was just talking about you.
Does that mean that you've decided about taking all this new information to the police?
Actually, no. It doesn't mean that at all. Look, I need time. You know, you've given me quite a lot to process here.
I need to see you right away.
Why?
I have something else I need to tell you.
I see. Something you have been keeping from me?
Well, I wouldn't put it like that. But I do think that it's something that will help you decide once and for all whether you believe the things I've been telling you or not. What do you say?
Fine. When can you get here?
10 minutes.
I'll see you then.
How you holding up?
I'm okay. I'm nervous, though. It isn't going to be easy telling Todd we're engaged.
Nope.
But still, I'm really excited. I mean, God, we're getting married. Oh, I'm so lucky to have you.
No, I am the lucky one. Look, I'm gonna wait outside, okay?
What?
Becca, this is just between you and Todd. I came along in case he needed me, but I don't want to rub his nose in it.
You know, I'm not trying to hide anything from you. You know that, don't you?
Of course I do.
Are you sure you're all right about me doing this alone?
Yes.
You know, every day, every minute, you do something that reminds me why I love you so much. Thank you.
Good luck.
Todd, hello.
What a great surprise.
Thank you for seeing me. I know it was kind of sudden. Hello, General.
Mr. Vickers.
You said it was urgent.
Funny how it wasn't urgent till now.
You know, General, I'm really sorry that you're so suspicious of me.
Well, I happen to be a great admirer of proof.
May I just ask one question?
Go ahead.
Did you find out for sure if the pictures in the drawing that I showed you were real?
Yes, I did. I showed them to Tina, and she recognized them right off.
Did you tell her about me? That I'm her brother?
No, I did not. She has quite enough to deal with as it is. I just told her I came across the things in the house.
Well, I'm glad at least that everything I've shown you has passed inspection.
You said you had something to tell me.
Actually, it might be better if I showed you.
A diary?
Yes, it is. It was my mother's diary. And once you've read it, everything's going to be different for all of us.
Sweetheart, how did you get in here? Where's the car?
Honey, how did you get in here? Oh, you brought me my net. They don't allow jewelry in here. Cassie. Cassie, honey, why are you putting on my makeup? Sweet.
Oh, Lord, my God, in thee do I take refuge. Save me from my pursuers. Deliver me lest like a lion they rend me, dragging me away with none to rescue me.
Andrew? Cassie? Wait, what are you doing here? You stay away from me! Stay away! No! No! No!
You've got to do it. You've got to convince Vicky. Do it now.
This details the last year of my mother's life. The last couple entries were made just before she died.
Just before she died? Oh, hold on. Let's back up a moment here. I was with Irene when she died. She died here in Landview. I never saw a diary. Now, that's not to say she didn't have one. But even if she did, you were nowhere near Landview when she died. How did you get this?
The hospital sent it to me just after my mother died. I guess she gave them my name and address. Look, I'm not trying to force you to accept this. Deal with it the same way that you dealt with the letters. Have an expert check it out.
Well, you can bank on that.
Why did you wait until now to give this to me?
When you read it, you'll know. General Carpenter, this diary destroys the memory of my mother, and she is not here to defend herself. Forgive me if I find it difficult to face that until now.
Why, David? What's in the diary?
Read the last entry, Vicky. Then you'll know why I can't let Dorian Lord sit on death row for even one more day.
Please, sit. The background checks on prospective parents are tough enough. Here, they're beyond thorough.
But Jenny, is it my mother? Is it... Would the agency have trouble placing a child in our care because my mother's in prison?
No, that wouldn't necessarily have any bearing whatsoever.
Then what is? What is it? What is it? You know us, right? And you know how much we want to be parents.
You lost your own child only 6 months ago. I don't know of any adoption agency in this country that wouldn't request a longer period of time after a loss like that before considering a petition for adoption. The background check would also reveal that you attempted an adoption right after William's death.
Is there any law against trying?
No, but there is a law against fleeing with a child you have no legal right to. I'm sorry. The people in the parish, well, they talk naturally. These things will be discovered in the background check, and when they are, the investigators will recommend rejection of your petition.
Okay. Okay, shh. All right, now, how can you help us? This can't be a dead end.
I'm sorry. It could be. Excuse me. Yes? Yes, I'll be right out. Would you excuse me for a few moments?
We're never gonna have a baby, are we?
Have this patient admitted immediately. We're going to take good care of you. Hello, Grace. Can you spell epidemic?
That is not funny, Doctor.
Tell me about it. I've got a lot on my hands, Grace.
I need to talk to you now. I find it odd that as director of this hospital, I had to be informed that 8 non-insured patients have been admitted through this emergency room.
9 as of a minute ago. They all had the flu.
Ben, you know that St. Margaret's is the hospital that we send all our non-insured patients to unless the situation is life-threatening.
Well, for most of these people, it is life-threatening. One of the elderly patients had developed neurological damage. I was called in to consult, and that's when I started to see what's going on around here. We're on the verge of an epidemic. I mean that.
Please, don't be so melodramatic. Look, I was brought to Landview Hospital to try to find a way to control the spiral in costs.
Every physician in the hospital knows this. You've made it very plain, Grace.
Every physician in this hospital has to learn to live by the rules. The new rules that were explained very carefully. That includes you, no matter who your sister is.
Well, don't even bring Sheila into this. I have made decisions based on
Send
medical...
them to St. Margaret's, Dr. Price. Follow the rules and help save this hospital. And your job. Excuse me.
Beth is burning up, man. Pulse is... Help me, man, please. Bring her in here.
So what about graduation? Did you go? Did you see the seniors?
Yeah. Yeah, it was really nice.
Well, I hope you're, just taking it easy for a little while.
Well, life gets complicated, even when you're trying not to let it.
You look great.
Thanks. So do you.
So, tell me, what's going on? Tell me about your life.
Well, what about you? Is everything okay?
Oh, yeah, I'm all right. I'm much better now, thanks. I'm really sorry about that letter. I never meant to scare you.
I know you didn't.
You are so easy to be with. I swear, Rebecca, you're the one person in the whole wide world that I feel comfortable talking
Todd, I
with.
have to tell you something. And it's not going to change the way I feel about you. Please, believe me.
It's about Powell.
Yes,
He came to see me.
I know.
He's all ticked off that you keep coming to see me. He doesn't understand, us, what we have.
Well, he understands now.
Really? Listen, Rebecca, I don't mean to put any pressure on you. But, you coming to visit me here is the only thing that I have to look forward to. Whenever you can make it.
And you have to believe that what I'm about to tell you isn't going to change that.
What is it?
Powell and I got engaged last night. I wanted you to hear it from me first. Todd?
It's kind of soon. I mean, you guys have only been going out for a couple of months.
I love him, Todd. I want to spend the rest of my life with him. I hope someday you can be happy for me, or at least understand.
You ought to go now.
All right. I meant what I said. It doesn't change the way I feel about you. I care about you very much. And if I can help at all, if you'll let me, I'll be there for you.
Cassie, there's a child out there for us, and I'm not going to give up.
Andrew, you heard Virginia. Come on, she couldn't have been any more discouraging.
Hey, and I don't care. I don't care. I have faith in this. I have faith in God. I have faith in us. Huh? Come here. I love you.
I love you. Virginia, thank you for your time and for being so honest with us.
And we have decided that we are not going to give up. Huh?
I'm so glad. I also think I may be able to help.
What?
Well, there's a course of action I don't usually recommend, but I want the two of you to have a child. You would make such wonderful parents, and I know how much this means to you.
Thank you. Okay, what is it now? You just finished saying that there wasn't an adoption agency that wouldn't turn us down flat.
Tell me something. How much do either of you know about private adoption?
Well, wouldn't we still be facing those same issues if we went that route?
I don't think so. If you could find a birth mother who was truly committed to giving up her baby for adoption, and that birth mother was smart enough to see what wonderful parents you two could be, you could have your child. The past wouldn't matter.
Look, Ben, what is wrong here, man? I'm sorry, okay, but a little while ago she was weak, and now she's burning up.
All right, have her taken to radiology. Tell him I want a CAT scan stat. Jason, she's been complaining of headaches.
No, yeah, I guess on the way in the car over. Why? What do you want to know?
Her temperature is very high. We can't be sure until we get the blood work back, but this is definitely more than a flu.
Oh, my God. What's bad about the headaches?
We've had a couple flu patients that have developed some neurological problems that can cause severe headaches. I just want to be sure where we stand with that. From radiology, she goes straight to ICU. If they don't have a bed, tell them I said find one.
BP is 100/60.
Hey there. Beth. You know who I am?
You're Ben Price, the doctor.
All right, very good. Hey, your buddy's here.
Hey, Beth, you hang on, okay?
My head hurts really bad.
Nurse, start her on a dexamethasone drip. I want to see if I can get a quick word with Dr. Morgenthau, and I'll be right back.
Where am I going?
Oh, they just want to take you upstairs for some pictures up to intensive care.
We can't stay here, Jason. We don't have any money.
Yeah, it's gonna be okay.
We don't have any insurance.
Who cares? You don't worry about that. We'll take care of that later.
Don't leave me.
Are you kidding me? They couldn't kick me out of here, Beth.
Please don't leave me. You kissed me.
I know I kissed you, and I'm not leaving you.
All right, come on, let's go.
Ben, come here. I want to know if she's going to be okay.
Hey, we're going to do everything for we can, I promise.
Ben.
nice, juicy...
So when I told Todd that we were engaged, he just got really quiet. Like he just shut down.
He didn't say anything?
He asked me if I was sure. And I told him I want to spend the rest of my life with you. I know he knows better. But I think part of him still believed that I would wait for him. Oh, I really hate hurting him. I know he's done awful things, but I feel for him. I can't help it. Hal, I have to keep seeing him. I can't just leave him alone in that prison. I'm the only one he has. Hal?
I understand. It bothered me before, but everything's different now. If you need to go see Todd while he's in prison, then we'll work it out. I love you, Rebecca, and I will do anything I can to make you happy.
Todd? I heard you had a visitor. You know, the guard is ready to take you back to your cell now.
I'm not going anywhere.
Todd, please.
He's bucking for trouble, right?
Just give me a minute with him, okay?
You boys want to help me take Mr. Manning back to his suite? He's not in the mood today.
Do this, Todd. Please do this. You gotta pick your battles. This is not one of them.
I'm not going anywhere. You.
No, Tommy, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry, Todd. It's okay. It's not.
You okay?
I'm losing it, David. I mean it. I can't stay in here much longer or I'm gonna snap.
Well, you may not have to be in here much longer.
You gave Vicky your mother's diary?
She's reading it right now.
Sloan? Sloan?